Lunchtime survival guide for second years who are small. A rapid exit from the classroom is best to avoid any unpleasantness in the hall. Tearing out with a half-closed bag snagged in the crook of a bony arm may also convey the impression of being a person with something to do or someone to meet. The locker room is hostile territory, so books should be dropped and lunchbox extricated expeditiously. Do not be distracted by food. The object of lunchtime is not to eat, but to make it back to class. And sandwiches, post-consumption, have little negotiatory value. The selection of a hiding place should be informed by the weather, the pattern of play in the fields, and anything overheard earlier about who is due a bashing and where. Finally, for appearance's sake, remember to laugh when disappearing, as if you too are playing a game.
This one's called Baker's Hour. Someone left the heat on downstairs. All night it has been rising. In dreams there is a grassy bank, rushing waters, cool as I untie my laces, dip my feet. My pocket was heavy from a wrench for repairing mountain bikes. My wheels spun smoothly and I rang the bell on each turn of the Italian coastal road. Splashing water on my face, I remembered I had been stealing a red car with my mother. A fountain pen moved across lines with ease, perfect punctuation. Did I call out when an old lover entered the restaurant? He walked straight towards me before I woke. Others have heard my voice during sleep. The last dream is always simple to recall. I walked to the end of a pier in shoes my father now has cast in bronze. Who always gives me a push into mouths of sea beasts below?
Cyrano de Bergerac. I've written a fair few wedding speeches in my time, mostly for men I don't really know, celebrating brides I've never met. I'd have a bit of a name in town. Last night in Kennedy's kitchen, myself and Kennedy crafted a few one-liners about his fiancé's people. For my trouble, he let me smoke, he fed me beer, he drank tea himself. Kennedy's looking forward now to standing up at the wedding table in that furnace of popularity. If he gets it right, he'll smoothly praise the mother-in-law's cooking. I've left him a few ideas on evoking her worried genius. He'll go on to tackle the father-in-law's austerity with a GAA jibe. But the issue of the bride's beauty needs some work. What he described from the heart, but unromantically, as her focus in life, her diligent nature, won't do. Don't say that, I said sternly. I'll think of something else and I'll text it to you. Have you a story about the first time you met her? With Kevin Howley's speech, that's what we did, and it went down a bomb. They can't get enough of that. The courtship is key. Remember, the wedding is the end of the courtship, so you have to give them a sense of something monumentally sweet, a thing dying and expanding in that very moment. Speak to create immersion. The big meal and the dancing are like the great machine of an absolutely poignant destiny, gastrically oiled, fueled by the sincerity and daftness of herds of relations. Be aiming for tears, always aim for tears.
The only problem with the villanelle, as Wikipedia fervently explains, is that the repetition grates like hell. It is a form not easy to write well. although the repetition still remains the only problem with the villanelle. Like children sitting on a carousel, the thought, as their initial wonder wanes, is that the repetition grates like hell. And even Seamus Heaney, I've heard tell, has called the most ubiquitous refrains the only problem with the villanelle. The poet felon, pacing in his cell, admits the gripe with these unyielding chains is that the repetition grates like hell. This poet, though, is anxious to dispel the notion, till in tears he ascertains the only problem with the villanelle is that the repetition grates like hell.